I got a call the other day from my friend Greg. Now Greg is kind of a AV guy, computer guru. He's the guy I call whenever I have a new piece of technology that I want to help a client install in their home. This time Greg was actually calling for himself. Greg recently was divorced. He knew that it was time to get into a new space. He found a place with a good friend of his who has an entire back house. It's got a private entrance, its own garage. The best part is this place is literally walking distance from Greg's kids.
The kids sleep over every Friday, and they live a block and a half away, so I go over to their house and hang out. I see them every single day, and it's a perfect situation.
Here's the only bummer. The renter just won't get out, so Greg has been stuck couch surfing.
The place that I found was a perfect location, really close to my kids, just enough space for me, but what it was disgusting.
Wow, this place is really dreary at the moment. It's really dark, had a dog with the previous owner, and it's taken a lot of wear and tear. I think it's worth exploring to see if we could install a different type of flooring that would serve Greg and Trish, the landlord, better going forward.
It was dusty, dirty, dark, gloomy, and that's where I am. I'm starting with a fresh slate.
No matter how amicable a divorce is, it happens all the time. Sometimes one person ends up with most of the stuff. The other person just moves out and has to start fresh.
I'm buying all new furniture. I sold everything I had.
I think it's safe to say at this point that Greg is completely sick of couch surfing. So we've got a little teeny tiny window now that the renter is out where we want to get in there and clean it up and make it ready for Greg and the kids to move in. I have an idea of a place that we can go to track down some flooring that could be a sweet spot for Greg, that'll look good and he'll enjoy, but it'll also be an asset for Trish for this rental, keeping it clean and updated even after Greg.
The challenge was I'm renting this place, so I didn't, hardwood floors can be expensive, so we got floors that they're not true hardwood floors, but they're laminate. It's easy to clean, it looks great. Nothing to vacuum, just get a Swiffer.
Also, another deadline popped up. Greg's mom is coming into town.
I don't like LA. I don't know. I don't like it. It's much too big.
Nobody wants their mom to have to sleep on a blow-up mattress, you know? We've got the dining room setup figured out a little bit. I know in the main space we were kind of thinking of a sofa and how many people we can fit in that seating area. I think it probably should be a relatively small sofa. Greg's a dude. Needless to say, shopping gives him major anxiety.
The couch is really stressful. Do I go L-shaped? Do I not? How big? How deep? What's the material? Is it going to be okay with the kids? Yeah, the couch. The couch is the most stressful right now.
Something Greg and I chatted about that's really important is that when a space is small, every single piece of furniture has to have multiple purposes.
It'd be great if it was, an alternative room. Like, you want to sit in the living room, that would be great. If you want to sit in the dining room area.
You have to babysit these decisions way more than you would in a normal size space. So, I have a feeling that Greg and I are going to have a lot of chatting to do about this stuff as we shop. Big challenge. We're going to look for a sofa that'll fit the scale of your room and not close it off too much, but look good.
Right.
And beachy.
Yeah.
Theme decorating can be done really well or really poorly. We're going to help Greg get inspired by this beachy theme.
I want something that feels like I'm on vacation, that my kids will like. It makes it much more fun and enjoyable for them if they can come to a place where they're comfortable, they have their space, they can play, and they're at home. And they feel like they're on vacation too. Oh, thanks.
In my head I keep calling him a Beachy Bachelor. There's not a lot of bachelors that use beach as their inspiration for their home, so I think this is going to be a lot of fun. There's so many elements of nautical design that work really well for a guy, and there are so many elements of beach that are relaxing and comforting, and I think this is going to be so fun, and just to really work with the colors of beach and the natural elements, and it's something that's going to keep Greg relaxed when he comes home from a long day at work. I'm heading out to Greg's house in the valley with a car full of stuff, honestly. I don't even want to show it to you. Please don't look. With this living space being so small, it's really important that every single piece of furniture has a purpose and is the right size. It's very important to Greg. He really wants a sectional because he wants all of his family members to be able to fit on it and be really comfy when they come over. This space is not really set up for a sectional, so it's going to be hard to find one that's the right scale for this little room. I'm thinking if we paint cream stripes on the wall in big sections, like horizontal stripes.
That's a great idea.
When you rent a space, there are opportunities for you to put your personality and make it feel like home without having to go back and redo things or offend your landlord. Some great places you can do this are paint and wall choices. In this case, we're choosing to do a wide stripe because it's really nautical, and I think it's going to bring a lot of life and personality into this small space. That kitchen has a lot of white and off-white going on, so my thinking is I'm going to make our stripes white and off-white, and we're going to tie that kitchen right in and make it make sense. We're going to highlight the black appliances with black accents in the space, and it's going to make this look much more deliberate. So Greg's going out of town for the weekend, and it occurred to me that this is the perfect time to get in there, kidnap his space for a little bit, and kind of push some of these projects through to completion. I'm really excited. His whole project has come together. It's time to pull all the styling pieces in and show him what his new home is going to look like.
Wow. It looks great.
What do you think?
It's amazing. I had no idea what to expect. And then I was coming with my mom, so it was even more exciting to share it with someone.
I hit on the idea of painting a large chalkboard space in the kitchen. Now, what I think this is going to do is let Greg leave cute messages for his kids.
We drew little characters.
That's me with a smear. This is me.
Daddy, Toby, Ivy. Made it feel like, you know, family.
And I just think it's a fun way to anchor this space and get that black in there to make those appliances kind of tie in to the rest of the color scheme. Thank you.
Can I see it?
He loved it all. He's keeping everything, and it's so much fun to know that Greg is now set up. His ship has sailed. I think his little people are gonna love it. The world is good. This Beachy Bachelor is well on his way.